Good afternoon, good morning. I don't even know if it's good evening in some parts of the world. Big welcome to our In the Know with Peter No. My name is Peter No, Senior Presidential Director here with LifeWave, and I have my beautiful co-host, Mrs. Donna Reiners, who
Uh,
always is helping me, always leveraging her. And how are you doing this afternoon?
I am well. It's only 41 here, but I hear it's -7 some places, so I'm happy.
So, you know what the good thing about building online, doing these private gym times online is that you could be anywhere in the world. You could be out in the beach, or you could be locked in because it is cold out there. But wherever you are, I think for the first time, I'm really starting to learn how to leverage this tool, this technology. So, this hour here is really dedicated to, obviously it's called In the Know with Peter No, to pick my brain, pick any of our leaders' brains that are on here, as this is a very personal private gym time with bodybuilders. Okay, and I've designed these calls really to reach out to the partners that maybe sometimes don't feel like they have support, they don't have uh, guidance, or maybe they're just a little bit lost on what to do. These calls are very personal, meaning that they're very in depth in training. Okay. So you always have our weekly training, which is at 10 a.m. Saturday Pacific time, which is a big gym training. And these calls, like with myself, Dr. Stacy, Wendy, Sheila, and Jan, these are all just private trainings that we're doing on a weekly basis just to make sure that everyone, all 40,000 of us that are participating, or whoever is participating in this gym, make sure that you're learning the most organic way in behaviors, in learning skills. Does everybody know that you're learning skills here every day? Okay, you are. And this information is very valuable for you to use, because does everybody also know you don't build muscles one night? Okay, and I'm going to go through the gym analogy for a few minutes. After that, we're going to talk about a little bit about behaviors, and then after that I want to reach out and answer some questions. And whatever questions we have, just know when you ask one question, that question could resonate with a lot of people, especially because we have a lot of brand new people who have never been in this industry, right? So that's why we love the gym analogy. So really quick, I want everyone now just to think whatever you've learned about network marketing. Who here has a stigmatism or heard of bad things about network marketing? Jenny, Louise, okay, Donna, Asuko, okay, we have quite a bit of people. Maria, good. Heidi, good. So when you hear bad things about network marketing, or about a bad restaurant, or about a bad haircut that you got, when you hear about that person or from that person, do you think about um I do you think about, do you really trust them and go, oh, I heard about it, and is that really true? Or do you really go back deeper into your mind and ask, why did that person say that? Does that make sense, everyone? When I hear someone, hey, Peter, this is a pyramid scheme. This is not a business model. The only thing that I come to my mind again is solution space. I want to know, who told you that? What experiences do you have? And remember, in life, in business, I do not take any advice from someone that has not gone or done or been on that path before that cannot give me that advice. Does that make sense? I'm not going to listen to someone about real estate who's never done real estate. I'm not going to listen to someone who's about network marketing who's never done network marketing. Does that make sense, everyone? Because it's like, or I'm not going to listen to someone how to cook who's never cooked before. That is called discernment, and again, that is called your boundaries. And that's why you have to really understand when somebody tells you something, right? It could be the opposite. So don't, I'm going to open this call and I'm going to empower you today for the final time. What other business model out there can you truly learn skills for free? Does everybody understand you're learning something that you're never going to learn in school? You're not, your boss, your job, they might not teach you this unless you're in a high level sales job or something. And this is not even sales. This is behavior driven education, right? Now, also with this, man, where was I going with this? Okay, so
Behaviors,
right? So I want to just make sure everybody understands network marketing is a human behavior program. The problem with that is that because we have been taught by companies, by leaders in the industry, sometimes different types of programming, meaning pushing, convincing, different things that are against human behaviors. How do I know? Because I have been personally taught that for many, many, many years. And I did not understand myself, and I questioned that a lot, meaning that, wow, why is network marketing that hard when it should be flowing? Meaning business. So would anybody do business with someone they don't trust? No. Would you do business, Luis, would you do business with someone you don't like? Would you do business with someone that kind of you talk to them and you feel a different energy? You feel like they're not a good person? No. So then if you do that in business, would you do network marketing with someone you don't like?
thank you.
No. Now, this is the aha moment for a lot of people here. Are you ready? When I look at Louise and I feel good energy with her, in my mind, I'm not just enrolling or talking and piquing interest to Louise. If I know she's a good person, then I must know that her family, her friends, her family, her friends, her co-workers must really like her too. Does that make sense? So I want everyone to think now. Her family's the first generation. Her friends are her second generation. Her co-workers and her business, her environment is her third generation. So when I look at Louise, and if I really don't like her demeanor, if I don't like her energy, if I don't like the way she talks, could that mean that why am I recruiting her? Because if I don't like her, maybe other people might not like her. So if other people might not like her, that means she might not have an extended network. So if she doesn't have an extended network, why am I convincing myself to recruit someone that I don't like? How many of us have been guilty with that? Oh, not that many people? Have you ever recruited and talked to someone that you don't like? Or you just thought you're just gonna go through numbers and, oh, I'm just gonna talk to them? You all know, you know what I mean, right, everyone? I'm not here just making things up, okay? Now, I've tested this again over and over and over, and that's why I've been a leader in my industry, because I've gone through so many bad people. And when I say bad, I'm not just saying bad, I'm just saying they're just not like me, or yeah, better than me in a sense, okay? Bad people means they must have done bad business, but I don't know what bad is. But when I look at someone, I look at their extended network. I want you now to have the power when you make your list, when you put people on your list and your names, I want you to see who they are. And if they're a good person and if they're good, do good business, then they're someone that is like you or better than you. When I say better, I'm not talking about better character, better values. I'm talking about if they have a network or different skill sets than you, that is maybe better than you. Remember, I'm using the word leveraging. You want to leverage other people. This is a people, extended people business, right? So when we teach this and when we do business, I want all of you to understand, again, you're not doing business just with Louise, Jenny, Amy, Ryan. No, you're doing business with their extended network. Makes sense? Because if I talk to Ryan and Ryan is a good person and he trusts me, who's he going to introduce me to? His friends, his family. If he doesn't trust me, why would he introduce me to any of his friends and family? And if he doesn't trust me, boom, the business stops there. So that's why this is the first things you have to learn now. You gotta talk to people that are like you or better than you. Donna, what did you want to add?
I just want to share from a perspective of growth and transformation and change. Peter, you're like the super muscle builder, right? Some of us have only been in the gym for a year or so, so we don't have the abs yet. We don't have it all down pat. And I will tell you from just being transparent for me, when I first began, I was so on fire. And I know my intention is pure, even though you say, well, you think you're pure, but I know my intention is connected with not an evil intent or anything, but I was so on fire and so strong because I'm a strong individual anyway, because you know what, when you've faced life and death decisions, when you've had a lot of loss in your life, you got to learn to put your boots on, And so I've been putting my boots on for quite some time. And so when I came into this, I was a strong personality. And so even some of the people that I recruited, the people that I was able to influence, the people I was able to share with, and they knew I loved them. They knew I loved them. After that, they were not so keen to introduce me to their people. But you want to know why?
Why?
Because those people that I recruited weren't like me. They were people, I was after the health, I was after helping them. My heart's intention was, oh my goodness gracious, this is going to change your life forever. Oh my gosh, And some of those people that were like you in other network marketing businesses, but had not been out there for a while, they were afraid that I would be that strong with their people. So they did not see me as someone soft. They saw me as someone that was just going to run over their people. Even though I closed them and they all purchased. So get the picture. These people, I closed them, they all purchased because they trusted me, but they didn't necessarily trust me with their people because they knew my strength, but they were protecting their people from me because they didn't know if those people would think I was legit or not. And so at some point in time in your own business, you're going to have the discernment to pull back and look at who you're working with or who you want to work with. And sometimes you got to go with the gold. Like I am doing what Peter says. I'm looking for people like me or better than me, not better than me, but want to run. People that want to run, people that want to get the world on fire, right? Mm-hmm. But some people's fire starts with putting some kerosene on it. Honey, I was born with kerosene, but some people got to have some kerosene put on them. So I just encourage you not to have strong decision-making that's negative about other people. Because like my daddy used to say, until you walked a mile in somebody's shoes, you don't really know what they're made out of. And just look at them and see them, because some of us are gold, but sometimes we got to be polished a little bit. Because I guarantee a year ago, people would not have let me be in this seat to help Peter.
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, because I came across in a way that they weren't sure, but I've always been the wildfire. Even in church, they're like, don't give her the microphone, because I'm not the typical, whatever you want me to say, I'm going to say that person. This is my gut. This is a different perspective. I'm not the, whatever you say, because whatever you say, whatever you want, I appreciate that, but what about this as well? And not everybody's open to have, well, what about this as well? Because not everybody can handle a different perspective than the one they carry. And so I just encourage all of us to not judge, meaning not condemn, meaning not take such a decision about something that you can't open up your eyes to see the gold, because that person might make you a lot of money.
And I thank you for that. Is a really good tip, Donna. And I think a lot of people resonate with that, what you went through. And that is really the point now. If you can't judge anyone, but you just be the most neutral, best business person for yourself. That's why this is a self-development, right? I say that. The better you become with yourself, the more people trust you, the more they're going to open up their world to you. If they don't do that for you, you don't have a network, everyone. And that's why I'm going to go into the generational match. Remember, everyone, remember the generation match? That's why David pays you 1, 2, 3 generations deep. He knows that you're going to open up to the world to Donna. But if Donna loves me, she's going to open up the world to Lynn. And then if Lynn loves me and Donna, she's going to open up the world to Peggy. So then Peggy, Lynn, and Donna, that's 1, 2, 3 generations. And if we respect and love each other and respect each other's decision in business, that is called a lineage. Does that make sense, everyone? So you have to earn that way. You have to open up that door. Okay? And that's where this power of this compensation plan lies into. Opening up doors by becoming better one step at a time. Okay? This is a very powerful topic. People don't talk about it as much. And the reason why I say that is because, has anybody been in network marketing and they just said, make a list and give this away and just talk to as many people as you can? How many of us have heard that before? But that is like saying, like, hey, make me a list of the 20 girls you know and ask all 20 girls on a date and then just figure it out, all 20 of them. You know how much energy and time and heartaches and mind playing that is with you? Has anybody here dated 10 girls at the same time or 10 boys at the same time?
Man, they need to be locked away if they did.
Yes. But we've been programmed that. We've been sharing that to say that you're successful. And then they call it a numbers game, meaning whoever sticks. That's great if you want to get lucky. But again, everyone, I'm making these calls. We're doing these trainings so you don't get lucky. I don't want anyone to get lucky. I want you to have internal life skills that will get you to where you need to be. And that's why the system is created. Now, why is the podcast, and I'm just going to jump around here and there with the systems. Why do you think our podcast is so powerful, everyone? It's because, oh, Marcus, you want to answer that. Go ahead, Marcus, unmute yourself.
Thank you, Peter. I see it as duplication and consistency, because now the heavy weight's being pulled by others, and you get to focus on your relationship and helping develop the pathway that they walk rather than dragging them along, because the pathway is laid out, the system is laid out, and as they do it, they see it.
Exactly. Marcus hit it right on the money. It's consistency. It's seeing everyone together. Now, Marcus, this is where the magic lies also in the podcast. If Marcus invites his first generation invites somebody else on there, And then that per second generation invites someone else. What if Marcus has 3 generations of new people that are inviting, and they all get the same information without Marcus? And they get to see hundreds of people at the same time, listening, learning through generations. It's like almost everybody's team is showing up, and everybody is thinking and learning the same thing without any manipulation and influence from just one person trying to share it all, but it's multiple people saying that one thing. Does that make sense, everyone? That is called, you get that, Marcus?
It's like we don't have to have multiple bridges of communication. It's like the 5-year-olds in the circle. By the end of the circle, the message is mixed up. But now we all tap into the source, like we all got a finger on the pulse all the time. And our success in this lies with us helping everybody else put their hand out, grab a hold of that pulse, be connected like we are today. It's what I committed more to do, so that everything coming out of my mouth parallels, totally lines with what you're doing, because that way the team that I bring in to help develop is the same today, tomorrow, and next week.
And that's why we've created the ask, share, and give. Ask means you're piquing their interest, and I'm going to go into it. You're piquing someone's interest. The share is you're sharing the website, you're sharing the podcast, which is your pre-qualifier. And then from there, you give them the website to order, you give them patches if you want to, it's an option, whatever you want, okay? If you follow those steps, and if everyone follows those steps, then we have cohesiveness. And that is a human psychology where now, for the very first time, a network marketing team that comes together and everyone's on the same page, everyone does the same thing. And that is what is missing in this industry, everyone. Okay? That's what makes this so magically special. Now, I want to go into that peak, pre-qualify, and podcast really quick. Okay? Now, I want to give everyone a scenario, an analogy. Has anybody here been ever interested in investing into real estate? Raise your hand. Of course, right? Now imagine this. I'm gonna pick on Karen, okay? Karen, Karen, there's Karen and Karen. I'll do Karen today, okay? I'll do Karen. So if I was a real estate agent and I said, Karen, what do you know about real estate? Would you be open to invest in real estate? What would you say? Or which Karen? Yeah, I'll do Karen. Karen, yeah.
I'd have to know a little more.
Okay, awesome, Karen. Have you ever invested in real estate before?
I did.
Good. So, hey, Karen, I know a broker. They're having an amazing opportunity in some land. Okay, if you're interested in it, can I send you a 30-minute video on that land? How much it costs? What is the options on it? What's your ROI? What's the investment potential? But I can tell you, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you watch that, then I will connect you with the broker, and you'll be the first to be able to look at this land. Would you be open to that?
I would, but I'm so busy.
Okay, great. If it's not for you, next. She didn't peak. It didn't pique her interest. Does that make sense? But are you sure, Karen? Can I send you just a recording maybe? And if you like it, I'll connect you.
Send me the recording, because then I can do it on my own time and I can even watch it in double speed. Yeah.
Okay. Now pretend she watches a 30-minute recording and she has the opportunity to buy 1,000 acres of land in Orange County for $100,000. Now, Karen, you know that's a deal of a lifetime, correct?
It certainly sounds almost too good to be true.
You can't even buy a toilet for $100,000 in Orange County, okay? So, but before I get to take you to watch, before the broker gets you to take you to to see that piece of land, I need to know your FICO score, I need to know your job, and I need to know your income. So I want to make sure you're pre-qualified before you get to order or purchase this piece of land. Did everybody understand what just happened? Would a real estate agent ever drive a client around without knowing that they are qualified to purchase something? But even though Karen begs me, Peter, I can get the money, I want it now, but sorry, you didn't watch the video, so you don't get to purchase it now. I want you to take this feeling, everyone, and I want you to apply it now. Whatever you've done with the patches, I want you to apply it to the X39 now. Now, the reason why I say, Karen, what have you heard about stem cells? I want Karen to come back to me and say, I have not heard anything about stem cells, but what is it? The moment she says, what is it? It piqued her interest. If I say, hey, Karen, what do you know about bowling balls? Nothing. I don't care about bowling balls. Why do I need bowling balls? Did that pique her interest? No. Karen, what have you heard about stem cells? So Karen, I'm gonna role play with you. What have you heard about stem cells?
I heard they're pretty miracle-like. Future medicine, but that's it.
Oh, great. So do you know that we all have stem cells in our bodies that gets generated?
Yeah, but I understand that you can only inject it.
Exactly, because as you get older, your body does not produce it anymore. So after the age of 65, 80 to 90% of your own stem cells are gone. And that's why we're all damaged 80 to 90%. And that's why you have to get injections from other babies or other DNA injected into certain body parts to regenerate that body part again, or that organ.
Yeah,
Have you heard of that before?
yeah. I also
Cool.
heard it's really expensive, so.
It is.
So-
Have you thought about it? Do you know people that have done it already?
No.
Okay. Karen, look at this. I finally found a technology. What if I can tell you there is a company, a technology out there where it's, look at this piece of sticker patch, where I can place this on you and I can tell you and prove to you that I can turn on your own stem cells.
I'd say bring it on, because there's a lot of things changing and shifting, and technology is moving so fast.
Everyone, time out. I'm gonna time out right here. How long did I take to pique Karen's interest? How long did I stay in this lane? I want everyone today, if you're, right? Donna, I want everyone, if you're having a challenge, why people are not valuing, why people are not calling you back, why people are not taking this product. If you're having a challenge, I want you to stay in this first phase forever. I want you to learn how to peak to the point where I want to hear them from them, how bad they want this, or want to know more information about this. So Karen, the way I explained it to you, did this pique your interest to a point where, hey, would you like some more information on this, Karen, if I send it to you?
Oh, yes, please.
Now, everyone, I'm gonna transition from the peak to the pre-qualifying right now, okay? So Karen, I'm going to send you two things, but first, I would like to know, what are some of the challenges going on in your body today? What am I doing with her? When I ask that question, I'm pre-qualifying you. What is your FICO score?
Yep.
What is your income? I want to know what that is.
You're getting nosy.
I'm getting nosy because remember, everyone, we're going to stay in the first and second phase, the peak and the pre-qualifier. If you get those two down to the core, you will never have a problem chasing people to call you back, right? Because you know they want it. I'm never going to have a problem finding an investor for my property because I'm telling you, that's a deal of a lifetime. But before you get to even look at it, I have to know a certain couple of things. The doctor cannot prescribe you any drug until he physically does a diagnosis on you. True? Or he will be prescribing you a misdiagnosis. I cannot give you this stem cell because you will not value it, even though it sounds so amazing. I will not give you the chance to purchase this or let you try it until I know what your challenges are. I cannot sell you the solution until I understand what your problem is. That is the sales 101 fundamentals. And then if I have a solution for you, Karen, I want to make sure I give you that solution without me telling you my solution. I want you to watch a website and I want you to watch a 30-minute Zoom testimonial recording on your specific issues, Karen. So what is going on with you, Karen, right now? Tell me.
Mostly it's outside of me. So
Okay. Can you tell me, are you having inflammation? Are you having knee aches or personal stuff?
physically, no. Personally, I'd like to be able to manifest a little heavier wallet.
Okay, so you're having financial freedom issues. Cool. I can solve that for you. We have a big business around it. But why don't we do this? Can I send you a 30-minute recording on some amazing testimonials? And if you resonate with those testimonials and the information about our technology and
Yeah.
about our company, call me back and I will show you how to order this at wholesale cost. I literally told her two things. I'm asking you, what is the issue with you? I'm sending you a tool. I'm sending you a video that will resonate with your challenges. And after that, if it resonates, I'm asking you, if it resonates with you, then I will give you the opportunity to purchase this at wholesale. Was there any time that I explained to her what this technology really is?
Nope.
Did I tell her all the benefits of what this technology does? Why did I not say that to her, everyone?
She's looking for money.
Yes, but she's looking for money, but I want her to see all this like an infomercial. Because remember, Amy, Krista, Louise, Maria, you're busy you're talking to 3 people a day. 3 times 3 days is 9 people. You're asking 9 people on a date. So you got to make sure I'm piquing you to make sure you're dating me. You want to go on a date. I'm pre-qualifying to make sure I want to go on a date with you. And if we both like that, then we get to go on that date together. Does that make sense, everyone? I'm seeing this because, again, every challenge that you have, it really starts from the beginning stages. So for example, I've done this. What's up, bro? Long time no see, John. Oh my God, Peter, good to see you, bro. Hey, do you still own your restaurant? Yeah, man, it's going great. What are you doing up to, Peter? Oh man, you know me, I'm still in networking. I found this amazing technology about stem cells. What do you know about stem cells? Oh my God, Peter, I know this. My mom just took it. She paid $10,000, la da da da. Hey, I want you to watch this video. Great. I found this technology. I can turn on your mom's stem cells right now, naturally. Oh my God, give it to me, Peter. Okay, here's a couple patches. Call me back and see if it works, okay? Or here's a whole sleeve, Peter. Here's a whole sleeve. I'm gonna call you back. I call him back. 3 days later, how did it work? Oh, Peter, I forgot to use it. Hey, you know what? Those things cost me money, you know? I can't give it to you like this, but you're such a big person, you know? You're so big, you can kill this business. I know. Okay, good. I'm gonna call you back next week, okay? If you don't use it, I'm gonna take it back, okay? Great. Peter, I promise I'm gonna use it. Great. Call him back 5 days later. Hey, John, how did it go? Shh, Peter, I hate to say this. It's still on my desk. I've been so busy, you know that. Okay. Can you drop it off back in my office, please? Somebody else needs to use it. Okay, I respect you. Thank you. What just happened there?
It showed value.
I piqued his interest. I didn't sell the value. He did not watch anything. Donna, he does not know the value of this.
Nope.
Even though this was $100, it could have been $1,000 sleeve, and he still didn't understand the value.
That's right.
And then what did it do to me? It made me chase him. It made me put me in a convincing position, which is not human behavior. Did everybody understand that phase? Does everybody now, it feels more comfortable and understand why the podcast is it's not about you. It's not whatever you can say. It's what this can say. Now, if he watches the podcast and he loves it even more, is it easier for me to work with him now and get him to order the products? Yes. If he has any challenges and he doesn't understand, he doesn't value, he doesn't need it, or he goes, Peter, this is not for me. Did I have to waste my beautiful patches and my sleeves for someone who does not value them? No. Does that make sense, everyone? Am I still saving my relationship with this business owner? Yes. So do you understand now why it's so important to peak and pre-qualify using this way, and then use the tools, and then from there you can show them how to order? And look at that. That right there took almost 20 minutes to ingrain into this. Does anybody have any questions for this before we move on now? Marcus, what's your question?
What would you suggest to people that they get caught up in the moment and they fall into that pattern of behavior where they're giving patches away before qualifying? How would you suggest they recapture the minds of those people that they care about?
Okay, again, now it depends on who they talk to, and it's usually family members. Usually family members, you don't pre-qualify, right? You're most likely to pre-qualify more with cold market, but family members that I notice or friends, they usually give it out. So again, that is called the fail forward fast method, Marcus. If you want to keep on continuing doing that style of sit-ups that can hurt your back, then go ahead and do it. But after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 no's, there has to be a point where you have to really ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? There just has to be a point, everyone. And that's why we talk about the 3-3-3, because if you do it wrong for the first 3 people, congratulations, it's good. But then the next 3, can you do it right 1 time? And then the other 3, can you do it right 2 times? And then the other 3, can you do it right 3 times? And then see what the results are. Remember, it's all about results, right, Marcus? If you're doing something right and you're getting results, then you got that aha moment. But if you're doing something wrong and you think, you want to test yourself if it's right or wrong, then the results don't show, that is already telling you it doesn't work. Now, are there different variables? Yes. Again, that's why we're going to go deep into the list of who are these people that you're piquing their interest. Are they very busy people? How many people here are busy? We're all busy. But if Maria is so busy, and if this piques her interest, that means I know that she's interested, because a busy person that gives me even 5 minutes of their time, I must have done something really good to pique their interest. Does that make sense? A busy person would not give you their time if it was a waste of time. So that's why if I tell her, Maria, what do you know about bowling balls? That's a waste of time. Maria does not want to know about bowling balls. But if I say, Maria, what have you heard about stem cells? If that is, even if she doesn't heard about it, the moment she says, what is it? That is already, I piqued her. Does that make sense, everyone? And whatever comes out of my mouth after that, better be pre-qualifying her, listening to her problems. And if I can send her something that will resonate with her problem, and I can be the solution to that problem, we have a sale. We have a gym sign up. But the gym sign up is different than working out in the gym as a business. You might have a customer or a user, but that does not mean still that she wants to represent and build this business. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay? Until Maria goes, oh my God, Peter, I put this on last night. I slept so well. My mom, my dad, my daughter, my son, my husband, my neighbor could benefit from this. I'm going to share it. How do I share it? Maria, thank you for asking me that. It's the exactly way that I share with you. I will teach you through videos and personally how we can go through the same thing, rinse and repeat to your friends. Deal? Do you see, everyone, how we're flowing through this? Okay. Now, any questions before we move on to now questions and answers? Karen, go ahead, Karen.
There is
McBride.
a thing.
McBride.
Hi. Thank you, Peter. I know that we're dealing with a lot of different personalities, and we're dealing with trust. I mean, the basic part of trust sales is authentically you and trust. But I was asked a question today and I answered it for someone in my group, and I want to know if I'm coming from the right place or how you would answer it. Their scenario to me was that as soon as they heard about the patches, they thought about one particular person's condition that they knew they could help. Okay. So they went to that person. And of course, that person is not responding. And they asked, how do you handle that? And my answer was, and tell me if I was off base, my answer was that when people aren't ready for me or for this, I respect that. And I tell them that I understand they're not ready. And I'll be there when they are. But right now, I can't be more emotionally invested and financially invested in their healthcare than they are. So when they're ready and they're watching me and seeing how I'm improving, I'm still there for them. Come to me when you're ready, because this person has already feels like they've worn out their approach with this person. They've talked to them too many times and the person's not receptive. So I step back, I respect that. And I try and tell them, It's not that I don't care about you, but other people want to know. And when you're ready for me, I'll be there for you.
Very good answer. Let me give you a different way how to look at it.
Okay.
It's not a
Sure.
right or wrong answer.
Right. Okay.
Everyone would, let me give you a really good analogy with this one.
Okay.
Everyone, my friend Karen wants her friend Donna to work out. Did you just hear what I said? Karen, my friend Karen wants my friend Donna to work out. That's what you just told me. You
Okay.
want it for somebody, you want somebody else to go work out with you in the gym. How many of us want to go to the gym? How many of us want our friends to go to the gym? Yeah, that's you want your friends to go to the gym. They don't want to go to the gym. Did you get that, Karen?
I think
That-
so.
That
Yeah.
was exactly what you're saying. You said your friends want to help somebody else get on the patches.
Right. My friend is on the patches, is a brand partner, but
Yes.
doesn't know how to get his friend on. And I said, there's a
Exactly.
point
What I-
where you
that's
have
what
to
I'm
walk away, right? There is a point that you need to walk away, but you can tell them they can find you later, right?
Again, it's the same question as, do you want to go to the gym?
Right.
What do you know about stem cells? If you say no to that, it doesn't matter if you're handicapped, whatever it is, it's not for you. They don't want it. So that's a very easy question. They don't, it's, you gotta, it's the same thing. It's a peak interest. They're not peaked. Next.
We're not in the convincing business, right?
Nope, they're not peaked. Next.
Got it. Thank you. I was just trying to say next, but softly.
You know what? Sometimes everyone, sometimes you have to say next the hard way.
Right, right. You're right.
It's your confidence. It's your stand. I want to help you. Feel my voice. Look at my eyes. I want to help you. Do you want to be helped? No? Next. Yes, I am your solution. I promise you, I can get you to the promised land. Does that make sense, everyone? It's your energy. It's how you move through that person, okay? Now, Amy, what's your question, Amy?
I have two people that I had, that I thought I had pre-qualified before I sent the 5-day supply. They tried them, and I'm speaking about one specifically, but the other one's kind of the same way. And she would update me each day. She was like, oh, I can tell these are working. They're really good. I even sent her an ice wave because she had knee pain. I just sent that on my own. And at the end, I was like, okay, so what do you think? And she was like, no, I don't want to order them, but they're working. So how do you answer that? Because I just don't understand.
Okay. Oh my, okay. I get that all the time. That's exactly why, Amy, I hate to say this, everyone. Now you got to go back again. That is a question of pre-qualifying. I don't think maybe you gave them enough value and you did not pre-qualify them enough that they can purchase this piece of land. You did not pre-qualify enough afterwards, because if I didn't give out the patches, did she watch a podcast before you gave her the 5-day supply?
Yes. So I wish there was a way that we could see how much they watched of it.
No.
Because
Not on a podcast. That is not in our tool.
I'm
It's
not a
in-
podcast. I'm sorry. I'm talking about I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the Start X39 now.
Did she
Not a
watch the
Yeah.
podcast?
I sent her, she wasn't on a podcast live, but I sent one that pertained to her issue.
After, how do you know?
Yeah.
I bet I can almost assure you didn't ask her what she thought about the podcast. Did you ask her
Yeah.
what did you get about the podcast?
Yeah, because she was like, oh, I can't believe that. If that could do, if that can do that for, this person, then oh my gosh, I'm in if they'll do it for me.
So, okay. So if she says, I'm in if it works for me.
Mhm.
You said that, right?
Right,
So
yeah,
then I would say, so if it works for you, you will get on this, would you go on a 90-day program with me? Everyone, listen to this.
okay.
If it works for you, would you get on a 90-day program, wholesale program with me on this? Now, your friend did something. It worked for her, but she didn't want to order because maybe
Yeah.
you didn't ask for the business in the beginning, or she lied to you.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
So if she lied to you, is she like you or someone like you or not like you?
is she someone like me, or is that
If
what
she
you're
lied
asking?
to you, if she said, if it works,
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
yeah,
use it. But then she told you afterwards, after the third, second day, she said it works, but she's like, I'm not gonna order. So she lied to you.
right.
Did you
Yeah.
ask her why? Did you ask her why she didn't want to
Yeah,
order?
why?
Oh,
Or were
yeah,
you done?
I mean, I did. I was like, okay, so you know, these, I don't understand. I mean, I just flat out, because I mean, she's a close friend of mine. I just said, I don't understand that, because if you felt like they were working, why would you not continue? And she was like, well, I'm just not ready right now.
There you go.
There you
Yeah.
go. So take that for what it is, Amy. Okay,
Okay.
you cannot. Everyone, did everybody learn something from Amy right now? Has that ever happened to you?
Of course.
Mhm.
Okay, now that is just one of your 3 for the day, Amy, right? Done. Fail
Yeah.
again, move on, move on. But I'm glad you said that, because everyone here, we've gone through that, even myself. Does that make sense? Tons of people. Now, everyone, that's why I like to teach the Peak Pre-Qualifying podcast and order wholesale. Because if you start giving samples, and I'm not saying wrong about samples, everyone, okay? Don't tell Marcy and get me in trouble, okay? A reason why I do that is because when you give samples, is a perfect example what Amy just went through. You have to do 3 extra steps. You got to make sure that they use it, they get an experience, and then you still have to go back to the conversation of purchasing anyways. So then you might be going into a convincing mode after that. Right, Amy? You feel that. So why not just go, hey, look, if I'm going to chase you, I'm going to chase you. Have you watched the podcast? If you have not, let me send you another one. If you have not, I'm going to send you another one. Don't cost me money. Don't cost me time. And I'm not chasing you no more after the 3rd time. Remember, it's about saving time and energy now. Now, if you use the patches, again, I got to call you, find out if you have an experience. And what if you didn't get an experience after 5 patches, Amy? What's next?
Yeah, I've had that too, because I've had somebody who did the supply and then ordered them, and then called the company 4 days into her X39 pack and said they weren't working. So
Again, for someone
yeah,
to say that, they have totally no value. They totally don't know what this is. They totally did not watch the podcast. They totally have not listened to anything this says. So that's why today is a really good training, because I totally want everyone to be on the first and the second phase so long until they truly, truly get it. Does that make sense, Amy?
yes, it does. It does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Marcus, to you, and then Jenny next. Marcus, because
I remember having that problem, and so I really started focusing on that conversation with the pre-qualifying, establishing value, so that they understood the value. It's like, do you know what stem cell service costs now? Think about this. That was, some sort of conversation like that. I just found that to be more effective and very helpful, because it's diminished the number of people that I've had that response from when I started making sure I got that done in that pre-qualifying time. Thanks, Peter.
and if you go through this phase with you, do you know how much they respect you and they're ready for the business if they do get an experience? If they do see how much time you put into it and they're like watching you. Does that make sense? And if they don't watch it, Amy, they've done a favor for you. They literally told you, don't waste my time. I won't waste your time. Because they didn't give you the time to even watch what you showed them to watch. Does that make sense, everyone? This is human psychology. This is what I love to train on because, again, we've been programmed, okay? So Jenny, what is your question? Jenny Friedman.
I don't know if this is okay to say, but this is going to be my rule. I gave samples out. I was gung-ho when I was new, gave sample, checked in with them. They didn't work. I explained to them the whole thing about, when you take a vitamin, you don't feel it right, blah, blah, blah. My rule now is, and I don't know if this is okay to say, but if they don't watch the 1 minute and 3 minute video, which is 4 minutes, and get on one podcast, which is a half hour, so that's 34 minutes of their life, then I'm not selling to them. And if you're not going to at least do 90 days, because you're wasting your money. I had someone, I haven't had one person, not one, since November when I started, get on a podcast, not one person. I send them to them. I don't think they watch them because of the questions they ask or what they say to me. I know they're not watching, and I can't get someone on a live podcast. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, so
But
now,
is it okay to say the first part? Because it's kind of
Yes.
like, they're my rules and I'm not backing down.
I'm going to back you up on that because if somebody understands what stem cells truly are, and if they don't want to save thousands of dollars because of my solution, they don't deserve to order it. So yes, that is true. Now you're having a challenge getting people on the physical podcast. I think I get it. How many people are having challenges on that? Okay, but I'm just telling you, let's coach you through that challenge, and I'll see. You have to get through this part because if they don't watch the podcast, again, they're not going to understand the business and they're not going to understand the product. So how are you inviting them to the podcast, Jenny? What are you saying to? What are you physically saying?
I'm all excited, and a friend of mine who's in the company said, well, maybe they're not excited like you are. Like they don't,
Right.
I'm like, if you look, I can send you a recording, but if you're on it live, you're going to feel the energy. You're going to understand the patches better than I can explain it because they explain it at the end. And I'm not going to say who, but there's certain people that I want on that I want on certain podcasts because they explain it so well. I said, you'll understand even more.
Okay, did you even resonate with them? Meaning, did you ever ask them what are their challenges first?
Oh yeah. I know,
Okay.
I know what. Yes, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
don't invite them until. Well, I ask them if they want to watch the video. I ask them what their health concerns are, what they're working on, and health wise, and ask them if they know what stem cells are, and then I ask them to if they would watch the 1 and 3 minute video and tell me what you liked best or what, did it resonate with you? Did you like it? And I always get, oh yes, it was great, or not, or they don't watch it. Either one.
Okay, so Jenny, I'm gonna stop right there. When they ask, yeah, it's great. I want to know what is so great about it, number one. Number two, if I send you a live podcast, can you meet me there?
I've said that too. I said, come with me. I go every day, come with me. Nobody, and then I'll even say, you don't have to get on camera. Nobody will know you're there. There's over 200 people, but it'll explain everything so clearly.
Okay. Let me bring in Donna. Donna, what would you like to say on this, Donna?
When you're having difficulty getting someone on a podcast, whether their life is busy, whether they have children, whether they're changing their parents' diaper, whatever real life is outside of our networking life, this is my encouragement to you. You watch them, take notes for yourself, okay? And then if you have people you're targeting because you know that they would be encouraged, write yourself a calendar, like have a calendar, And in my calendar, I have the names of the people I've enrolled. And I have the date every week for them to be contacted. Okay. You know, if you will have a system for yourself on your own follow-up and your own follow through with your own people, that's personal and not just because we have a system and not just because you're trying to sell something. Listen, when you're trying to sell something and you're trying to keep retention by keeping somebody on something, the intention, it comes across as a really strange energy. So if you're really interested in them, put it in your calendar. Hey, I'm going to call Susie Sue to see how you're doing. And don't call with the intention, hey, I want to tell you about this podcast you missed. You missed the most marvelous thing in the world. What's wrong with you? Instead, oh my gosh, Susie Q, what's going on with you this week? How are the kids? What's happening in life? And I'm telling you, if you're interested in them, they will say, well, what's going on with you? Say, you know what? I know I keep asking you this podcast and I know you can't come, and that's okay. You don't have to come, but it was the most amazing thing I heard. This lady, this lady had this problem with her skin, and it was like being eaten away. And then after several months, her skin wasn't being eaten away. And she literally, her skin, she had baby skin again, make it soft and sweet and to the point. After you spent a little bit of time with them, listen, people want to be served, not sold. And I know
do talk to them about what they're doing. A lot of them are like influencers. So I talk to them about their work, and I don't always bring up the patches or the life. I don't always bring up what I'm doing because I don't want to sound salesy. So I do talk to them, and I still can't get them on a darn podcast.
Then stop trying so hard. And
I
just
used to
relationship with them. Just stay in relationship and be sincere. And over time, love wins. I know it sounds lame. I know it's a bumper sticker, but it's really true. It is. And if they follow you, it's okay. You haven't done anything wrong. People are where they are. Release yourself from the harness of you having to get everybody on the podcast, and just keep issuing invitations, and eventually it will come. Does that sound horrible? Or
well, I kind of like backed off of the invitations because I felt like, and then I would put it on a post, like post it on Facebook, and I stopped doing that. And now I'm getting more views on my post because it's not about the podcast. But I still can't get them on.
Jenny, reach out to me on Facebook. I'll coach you privately on this, okay? A little bit more.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Go ahead, Diana. I think Diana wants to add something to this. Go ahead, Diana.
I haven't had one person join a podcast. And today I signed up a brand member today. She said to me, the only reason I'm having this conversation with you is because I trust you. And if you're recommending something, I believe that you're going to do it because it's in my best interest. And like this person, I mean, I'm granted, I'm not a director. Yes, I became manager already, but I have 11 brand partners, and they've all purchased because I have a relationship with them and they trust me. So not one, I can't remember one. Actually, one of the brand members who's doing the business joined the podcast because she was interested, but she was already a brand member. It wasn't because I had to sell her.
Correct. Thank you for adding that.
That's the recommendation. I mean, if start with people that trust you.
Maybe that's true, and then maybe you're going into cold market. I don't know who the people you're talking to, Jenny, but we'll figure this thing out with you. Okay. True.
Hey, can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, real quick. So I am really, really big on relationship building. So we're planting seeds. We can't forget that. Just because the seed doesn't sprout right away, I have people that are coming to me that have been following me for years. So I just want to share that encouragement with people that you're planting seeds with people. And somebody else, if it's their destiny, somebody else is going to come up to them and offer them the same thing. Okay, that's just all I wanted.
I love that, Carrie. Sometimes you don't have to close anything, everyone. You gotta plant the seeds. That's why it's called the 333, right? If it's not their time, it's not their time. And
Amen.
people trust you, and that's good, Diana, because people really purchase on trust. And cold market is different than warm market, okay? We're gonna talk about that next week. So last question to Chu. Chu, unmute yourself.
Yeah, so because I learned something from that sometimes I spend too much time on one person, and then once because I'm a problem solver by nature, so once I let go, it actually opens opportunity for me to reach out to more people.
Say that one more time, Chu. The last part, so people can hear it.
Yeah, so sometimes I spend too much time on one person, but once I say, okay, I let that person go mentally, and for some reason, it opened up opportunity for other people to reach out to.
What she's saying is that she doesn't give all her energy into one because we're not attached to any of the outcome.
Yeah.
That's why these tools, thank you, Chu. That's really good to hear. That's why these tools, Jenny, Diane, everyone, these tools are for you to share, no attachments. That's why it's still the 333. If you do 3 people in 3 days, there's 9 people that you cannot have an attachment with. Does that make sense? You're constantly doing what Carrie does. Plant the seeds, move it along, and it's just whoever comes, goes not, okay? It's like kind of like you want that girl so bad, but if she says no to you, you cannot be heartbroken just because one girl says no to you. Does that make sense, everyone? It's like dating, okay? It's very simple. So I don't know where the time goes, Donna. It's already 1:37.
I know.
I know this is an hour long, but we're going to continue this next week. Did everybody learn something today? Did we give you value today, everyone?
Amen.
Okay, that's all I love, because today you worked out your abs. Next week, we're going to work out your forearms, okay? We're going to stay in this lane, everyone, until you get it to your core, because I never want you to get into this industry and guess anything. This is not a guessing game. It's really human behavior. So just know I love you all. Thank you for joining the gym today. Thank you, Donna, for being here with me as always. And thank you for all our bodybuilders, because we'll all be bodybuilders, okay? So thank you, and I'll see you all. Tonight, there is no podcast. David Schmidt is on tonight, everyone. So make sure you get on that call, and I'll see you on tomorrow in the gym. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.